It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Thank you to Trey Mosley. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end you doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
Tight end going in motion here. On the ground for the first time. This is Khalil Herbert. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball is going to go.
The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
He'll drop this one down to the fullback. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Seems like the fullback is kind of the last of a dying breed, but we see them used occasionally in the run game. But man, when you have a guy that you can target in the passing game, it just adds one more layer for a defense to have to worry about.
Back to throw. That's left side, caught by Musgrave.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
We'll go right back to Musgrave. He's got it again. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And he will score. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Anders Carlson now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. To return, it's Brandon Powell. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. First and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And this is going to be a Rams first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. Now they'll set up to throw. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Handoff here, up the middle. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after one, it's the Packers on top. We'll return to Frankfurt, Germany after this. To the air now on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
Second down and 8. He'll drop to throw. A short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
They'll look to throw. And he's in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. And that is number 2, Greg. He is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Packers move out on top, 14-0. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. To return, here's Ronnie Rivers. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Rams offense headed back to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long, and as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet, but I could promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Open man is Brandon Powell. A nice throw there by the rookie, and he earns his guys a 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
This throw right side is caught by Hill. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. 1st down and goal. Oh, making defenders look silly out there on his way into the end zone. Khalil Herbert, touchdown Rams. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now Justin Tucker for the point after. He's got it. And the Rams are on the board. It's now 14-7. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense and their receiver, Jaden Reed, getting set for their next drive. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Marshawn Lloyd. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now from the gun. This one is caught by Reed. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close, out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The Rams offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. To the sideline where he finds Hill. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
Here's 1st and 10. Completing that one to Carter. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. They'll look to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. So we're at halftime here in the western part of Germany and Frankfurt as we head back stateside to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman. The coach has the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Nixon on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Packers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Over the middle, the tight end Musgrave. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. On 2nd down, they run the counter. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
How would you like to be a defender and see a guy like this coming full steam ahead, trying to barrel down on you? I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if I'm cut out for that, and you can see why. His ability to play through contact is just a lot to handle.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one caught by Musgrave, the tight end.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Back to throw. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll mark him out at the 8, but it is enough to set up 1st and goal.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And a good job to make sure he didn't get loose. Brought down around the 7.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Jaden Reed was the intended target. And now 3rd and goal coming up. That one taken in. Dontavian Wicks. Touchdown, Packers.
And it really just comes down to the protection. You're sitting there 3rd and goal. You have to give your quarterback the opportunity, Mike, to work through all of his progressions, and you need time to do it. Then it just comes down to making the right read. Touchdown.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Packers will take a 21-7 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Carter on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Rams offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Going up top. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that... complete, you have to continue to sprinkle.
it's a win for the Packers. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory.